Hey everybody, this is Dave Wood. As you're watching this video and going into a deep trance, I want you to pay attention very carefully to everything that I'm about to say. Now, the reason I want you to pay attention very carefully is because I'm going to give you some tips and some strategies on how you. I've been on my YouTube channel for a bit. I'm going to start doing videos every day. I've been working on this presentation for a system that I'm building called the Only Government Approved Money Getting System. I've been working also on putting together the details of my 2020 presidential campaign. I know this is get pretty far in advance, but it's getting on the time there where I need to start raising donations, and my campaign hasn't been ready because the details of it hasn't been ready, and I've needed to clean up my brand. So when I hit the news, it's like everybody doesn't think I'm a moron. You know what I mean? And so I'm going to leave some of the evolution videos up there because it's funny. But I'm going to take down the stuff where I'm like offensive towards my friends and stuff like this. I don't need that up there. So Diva Renji, I apologize to you for, beating into you a little bit. I really should have been beating into Justin, which really I was, but, you're awesome, and I appreciate you very much. And so let me talk about reality and how malleable it is, and why it's malleable. When will you go back and rule Crazy Land? I'm ruling Crazy Land right now. That's the thing you don't understand. All you crazies, right? Yeah, good to see you, George. Yeah. We're the king. I'm the king of Crazy Land. Yeah. Dude, let me do my thing. Yeah. Just keep the thought, okay? Yeah. So in any case, let me talk about reality, multiple realities, and what happens when you imagine things. So everybody thinks that the universe is like we're experience from the brain. We're experiencing the actual universe, which is sort of true, but really it's not very true. The reality is that the brain is the universe, and what I mean by that is that your mind takes in sensory data, then reconstructs, 4 or 5 dimensional holographic construct. I mean that by like you have forward, backward, up, down, and you have you have depth, and would have feeling, and you have the different senses like taste and smell. These are all actually constructed in your brain. So whether or not you believe, and feel free to share this on Facebook if you like this content, whether or not that you believe that that reality is there or not there is irrelevant to actually how it's portrayed in the consciousness. Okay, now the universe emerges from the imagination, like Buddha talked about. And so because it emerges from the imagination, we have a very strong ability to manipulate it, especially in groups, especially with enlightened people. So what enlightenment is, let me explain it in a very brief context. There's essentially a seal that's put around the consciousness of the womb on a mother, right? Obviously not my stomach because I don't have a womb. But there's a seal that's put on the consciousness because the baby is actually in the celestial kingdom in the future, looking backwards in time. The consciousness of the baby is constructing its own body right from the time it's conceived. And that's why, honoring life is very important to me, right? And I'm not going to get into the political aspects of that. I'm just going to say honoring life is very important to me because I know the nature of the truth is that's a real thing. That's a real live baby. And it's massively dark for humanity to think anything else. The founding father would have rolled around in their graves if they knew that people weren't keeping babies alive. And so in any case, and you notice how careful my language is. I don't even like to say that word. And so in any case, when the baby passes through the placenta, that seal is put around the crown chakra of the baby. And that seal stays there until that person is enlightened. And so when somebody's enlightened, it breaks that seal off. Now, today, there's a lot of babies that are born that, the star children or whatever, there's a lot of babies that are born that actually don't even have that seal. They're born without it. And so there's people that are born with a very strong ability to do different things. Like, what was that lady that you met the other day? What could she do again? You met some lady that could do something weird. Yeah, what could she do? She. Yeah. So she could see the stuff. Okay. So she could see the miracles, right? And that's pretty rare, actually, for people to be able to see miracles. But now people are actually starting to be able to do it because of stuff that I'm doing. And so I'm manipulating. You have the ability as a man to manipulate your entire kingdom, and really, it's women too. So You have the ability to manipulate, for example, depending on how big your uh, um, right. Hold on a second. I'm not, dude. Probably just dehydrated. Got to go. Am on another live. All right. So in any case, yeah. Sorry about got distracted there. I was talking to my friend Jamie. So I always like to respond to people right away. Yeah, I mean, that's something that's very important. So you have a really strong ability to manipulate reality with your imagination, and it flows from your spirit to your consciousness, or really it flows from the I am dimension to the flower of life dimension to your spirit to your conscious, to your brain, and then out your mouth. And this is the thing where people can either get messed up or they can make a lot of money. And this is how I kind of messed myself up this last year too. You're always hung by the tongue. So if I'm talking all the time about not having all the money that I want, what's going to happen is I'm going to produce more situations where I don't have all the money that I ever wanted to have. Now you see how careful with the language that I am there. Even when you talk about not having a lot of money yet, you should say yet, because that implies that you will have money in the future, right? And really, it's better if you just always phrase it in a way that people can't tell if you don't have money if you have it, and you don't need to answer people's questions about it. Just say, how much money are you making? You say, well, you know what? What you should say is, I have 3 customers and I'm making $100 a month from my customers. So I make $300 a month just from customers, and I'm not really going to tell you how much I make from my downline because that's none of your business. I don't care about how much money you make. You know what I mean? And then just move on. And if you act like that, and don't get angry at them, just because that makes it look like you're poor. But if you act like that, then what you want to do basically is you want to do that in a way where you're helping them win. So in any case, why is reality manipulated by your words and your imagination? Because everything in the universe, including light, space, matter, energy, and time, flows from the imagination. And therefore, if you have enough faith, what Jesus said is you could move mountains. And why did he say you could move mountains if you have enough faith? It's because if you have enough faith, you could actually pick the mountain up with your imagination and move it, right? And Jesus could do stuff like that. And I'm guessing when he said that line, he actually moved a mountain right in front of everybody and then put it back, right? So faith is very important to the imagination structure and content of the universe. And the universe is held together not just by your faith, it's held together by the collective faith of humanity, the collective belief of humanity. And God's belief, right? That's very important. So people don't do things that damage reality or damage people, right? And so God protects things like that. But like, for example, if you had enough faith, you could lift something up like this with your imagination and drink it when you need to touch it. I can't do that kind of stuff yet. The coolest thing I've done is I took a bottle of water, I turned it upside down, and it stayed half full for a minute and a half while it was pouring out water. I haven't been able to do it again. I haven't tried either. But I'm guessing that I would need something else that what I'm utilizing right now to expand my consciousness in order to be able to do that. So what I'm doing exponentially compounds the intelligence and the consciousness, right? And a lot of people, they accuse me falsely of taking drugs and stuff like that. The fact is, nobody knows what's in that stuff that I'm taking. Because I never really told anybody but like 2-3 people, and then they misinterpreted what I said and went and told like 1,000 people what I was taking, and it kind of got out, which I actually don't mind because I'm not trying to hide anything. But the reality is that the stuff that I'm taking grows the brain, proven scientifically. It shuts down every inflammation's response in the brain, and it turns on every neurogenesis or brain growth response. I mean, have you guys at least noticed how much smart I'm getting? Look at my philosophy, the depth, the size of them, the things that I'm thinking about, the size of the things that I'm thinking about, how fast I can read. It's very obvious that I'm telling the truth and very obvious that my brain's growing if you look at all the spatial and temporal evidence, right? All the weird phenomenon that you see on Facebook where I'm sitting there and I distort the Facebook lives with my spiritual energy, right? I distort the Facebook lives with my spiritual energy. And so when I'm doing stuff like this, and I do it on YouTube too, and I'm actually learning to control it to focus more on reality. That's because the more I'm focused on the spirit, then that kind of transfers. And then Facebook and Google are kind of catching up with Zoom technology, which already has the ability that if you encode it on your own computer and then move it onto YouTube, it actually is, if they do that with their software, it'll actually solve that problem. because my computer can handle it. Because I've used this computer for a very long time, and my computer also has like life and consciousness. And we do very weird things. Like, for example, we put gasoline in the car with our imagination. One time we kept driving for like, I think it was 800 or 1,500 miles in a car, and we were in like a time loop for like 8 hours, right? And this is when Matt was like newly enlightened or close to enlightened or something like that. I think he was newly enlightened. His crown chakra just started to open up, and this kind of a thing two people could do. So we went in a time loop, and the car stayed half full in gas for 1,500 miles. Or no, really, for on the way there, it stayed half full. Then when we turned back, it started to reduce. Reduce in mileage, right? We do miracles all through the day. Like, for example, heal people with strange diseases. I've healed people of all manner of sexually transmitted diseases to where they don't. Well, I haven't done that. God does that because I don't want to take credit for the healings because it's so complex. I initiate it with my imagination, but then God is the one that actually does the miracle. Does that make sense? Through you. So you can take credit for it in that respect, but you got to make sure that uh, uh, that. Well, I just got distracted. Something came along. So in any case, how do you do stuff like that? Well, you do it by focusing on what you want, not what you don't want. That's the first thing that you do. And if you focus on what you don't want, you want to say somebody else wants that. What I want is, but what I want is somebody else may want that, but what I want is XYZ. What I want is ABC. What I want is 1, 2, 3. Right? So what you want is, what the person wants. I gotta plug in my computer. Hold on. Might have there it goes. Yeah. So you want to focus on what you want. You want to focus on the reasons why you want to get it, and you want to focus on how you. So this is my King David channel, so I can talk about my King David stuff here. I mean, but I'm not going to do that on my Facebook. So if I separate it, then nobody's going to really get bothered about me being King David from the prophecies of Ezekiel, right? Make sense? Right? So because this makes no sense. This makes no sense for, hold on, almost done. Yeah, so this makes no sense for me to not talk about it. What makes no sense is for me to talk about it in a group that didn't opt in for that. Because if I talk about it in a group that didn't opt in for it, then it feels like I'm deceiving them, and I'm turning what they opted into towards religion, which in one sense is actually fine to do if it's done in a way that benefits the original reason on why they opted in. But if you have them opt into that, then what happens is that then they wanted it, right? And I'll get hundreds of millions of people on my list for that. Why? Because you're talking about something that attracts the whole Jewish nation, it attracts the whole Christian nation, it attracts the whole Buddhist nation, so it doesn't attract all of those nations, but like pretty much everyone I talk to in those groups, all are just immediately responsive to what I say, and I'm very direct with them. I tell them like right up front, I'm like, I'm Elohim, right there, and they're like, really? That's awesome. Christians respond like that because they have. I say I don't care if you believe that. I don't care if you believe it. I'll get some videos of me doing this. Put them on YouTube and stuff to prove it, so you guys see how people respond to me. Right? A prophet's not a prophet in his own hometown, but other places he is. Right? So because those people don't know me from Adam, right? Or maybe they do if they know Adam. He's still around. Well, the reality is that they respond to me very, 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 very positively. Does that make sense? So in any case, let me move on. So how do you manipulate reality? You do it by being very confident. You do it by getting into state. So you generate faith. Like imagine a time you had goosebumps. That's actually what faith is. Okay. So sort of, right? But imagine the goosebumps. Like imagine yourself getting goosebumps. Imagine your skin forming, and then say boom, 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 boom. When they start to form, boom, 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 boom. You might even get goosebumps when I do it. And you can also do it like this. Watch. Just imagine seeing a ghost or whatever. You know what I mean? So a lot of people have seen weird things and gotten goosebumps. So, tell us where I'm at in my life right now. I'm good. I'm in San Diego, California. I mean, I don't need to hide my location anymore because I've said it. So I'm not gonna tell you where I'm at in San Diego, but I'm in San Diego. Probably getting ready to go somewhere else, or maybe I just was in San Diego. Haha. But no, I'm in San Diego right now. Yeah, my wife still isn't talking to me, but she will soon. That's her business. If she doesn't want to talk to me, she doesn't have to. I love you, baby. It's your choice. I kind of got over trying to force her, you know what I mean, which is unattractive to everyone. And so I still send her lots of love notes. And she'll get over it. I'll tell you when is when I got a little bit of proof, right? Or when I make some money. One of the two. The money will be part of the proof. So, I'm launching this thing called the only government approved money getting system. I'll give you guys the link if you hit me up on Facebook and ask for it. Okay. Or maybe I'll call you and show it to you. It's not ready to launch yet, and there's no place to, nothing to buy yet. You know what I mean? I'll do it, tomorrow or whatever, and then I'm working on finishing it. And then what you want to do with that is you want to show it to like 5 people today. So let me finish answering the question. So I'm working on that. I'm feeling great. Sometimes I get a little bit depressed because I'm not seeing my wife and my kids, and I love them very much. And I'm not wearing my ring because somebody stole it, which I'm okay with. You know what I mean? Obviously, they needed it, and that had some bad memories in it anyway. So I'm going to get a new and better ring. You know what I mean? I got that ring when I was with Ashley and Priscilla at the same time, and I really probably should get a new ring. Make sense? And so because it was kind of yeah, it was kind of something I shouldn't have done. You know what I mean? Not that I shouldn't have done. I should have done it for Priscilla. Uh, and I really did it for her. So it was nothing wrong with it because I already had like this little fake marriage. It wasn't a fake marriage, but it was like not a legal marriage because we couldn't get legal. But to me, it's a legal marriage. It's legal in front of God. She's my wife. You know what I mean? And I mean, I just told her she could have 60% of Power Network if I want her to come be the CEO. No, I want her to be the boss of the CEO. I want her to be the boss of the CEO. I want Chris Rushlow to be the CEO. What's up, George? What's up, Nick Hennick? I don't know who else is on here. What's up? So yeah, I want Chris Rushlow to be the boss of it. Here, let me read you some of this. It's awesome. Hold on, I'll read you some of the funnier stuff. All right, so hold on a second here. This presentation is copyrighted by I Am Transformational International, MR. Hey, David Wood here with the super longer, short or long preference video for you. Hey, let me tell you how to make $1 million online by September 15th, 2024, or even sooner. But first, BUTT. Let me tell you how I was living in a green 1996 Dodge Caravan in Hawaii and how I went from that to making $30,000 a month in 90 days flat. FYI, I'm also going to be running and winning the 2020 USA presidency, which I talk about a little bit later on in this video. So if you want to get rich with the next USA president, this is your chance. I'm also an enlightened Kung Fu instructor who teaches people to defend themselves in hours rather than years. Here's a video I made of randomly practicing some moves. So I got a video there. So if you ever want to do Kung Fu with the US president and bring your kids in the White House, this is your be able to make $9,000 USD per month with only 100 customers, this is your chance. If you ever wanted to get rich with David Wood, giving to causes you believe in, this is your chance. I'm inserting this for the sake of the women who love their higher power and their husbands. This is also an almost kept secret women's way of making love to your spouse 100 times more because she loves you so much, because you're keeping her safe by now, making more money than you can ever possibly imagine. Make love to that girl and love her body, guys, or she's out. So if you want to get rich with Priscilla Shakan while giving causes you believe in, this is your chance. Want to get rich with the hottest woman any of us have ever seen in our lives? Go ahead, women. Hottest women any of us have ever seen in our lives. Go ahead and watch right now and continue on to see exactly how this money getting system can work for you. This isn't just a money getting system, it's also a money giving system, and we call it the only government approved money getting system. Keep paying attention because I'm going to tell you my story in a minute. See how good that is? You know what I mean? See how good that thing is? Yeah. So no, I've not moved on from Priscilla. No way. No. I would never move on from Priscilla. She's my wife. I just lost my ring, so I need a new ring. And I'm not wearing it because she broke up with me. You know what I mean? And so I'll put it back. I'll get another ring, or I'll find that one when maybe I lost it. But now somebody stole it at the gym. I already know where it was. I'm gonna go back to the gym and see if they have it a little bit later on. And so Anyways, uh, I'm getting close to done. So how do you manipulate reality? Let me explain how you manipulate it. You manipulate reality. You manipulate reality like this. It's actually very simple. You manipulate reality by number one, speak your vision. Okay, 5 nights a week in front of groups of people, Facebook Lives, YouTube, right? Number two, do 5 one-on-ones a week of the only government-approved money getting system. 5 one-on-ones a day. Sorry, excuse me. You do 5 one-on-ones a day, and 1 to 3 home meetings a night. Really, it should be 3. Like, make it an 8-hour block. That's how much you work, and then you're done. You will be making $1 million a month in a year. Period. I promise. If you don't do it, you won't. So this depends on your work. See our income disclosure, empowernetwork.com/income when it's live. So, hey, what's up, Anders, Dankin? Good to see you. So George, Nick, Anders, anybody else who's in here, so, feel free to say hello. So basically, you manipulate reality. You manipulate the quantum universe by now. I just told you by now. By now. By now. And yeah, $100 a month. And then I'm also in that presentation, I'm also selling packages all the way up to the all-in package. But I'm gonna tell people, hey, if you can't afford it and this is too much, you get what you can afford. You get the package that you can afford. Right? Get the package that you can afford. Did the other computer sell? No. You want to buy it? Tell me if you want to buy it, brother. We'll sell it to you. I'll autograph it for you. It'll be worth like $1 million a year. Promise. More. And I'll be so famous you guys can't even imagine. This will be the best selling sales video of all time, above everyone, and the conversions will never go down. Well, yeah, they will a little bit because people will have seen it. But for new traffic, it will be the best selling sales video of all time because I attract every single market. We protect women and children. And we don't really protect men. The women can do that. Right? The men can do that. We protect women and children. Smaller, weaker sex, right? They need to be protected by the men. So it will be the best, the only government approved money getting system will be the best selling sales video of all time. Donald Trump face. I promise. It'll be 1,000 trillion times better than anything that has ever existed. We will show that presentation all over the universe. In a couple of years. You'll take that presentation to different planets in different languages. I'm going to try to pre-release it tonight after sundown, okay? Or maybe at 9 o'clock. Well, yeah, it could boost your e-com sales, very simply put like this, because just having it there is a blessing, and you're blessing me, and when you bless the chosen people, you're blessed. You really want to help your e-com sales, tithing, brother. To your church or feed my starving children is best. Plus your church, 20%. That'll help your e-com sales. Do it from your business, then after that, do it personally. Twice. Before you spend any money, brother, accountants have got to make sure that it happens. Don't depend on yourself to do it. If you're married, let your wife do it. That video will be the best selling sales video of all time. All right. Oh, later. Love you guys.